A Course in Miracles. Lesson 130. It is impossible to see two worlds. Perception is consistent. What you see reflects your thinking, and your thinking but reflects your choice of what you want to see. Your values are determiners of this. For what you value, you must want to see, believing what you see is really there. No one can see a world his mind has not accorded value, and no one can fail to look upon what he believes he wants. Yet who can really hate and love at once? Who can desire what he does not want to have reality? And who can choose to see a world of which he is afraid? Fear must make blind, for this its weapon is. That which you fear to see, you cannot see. Love and perception thus go hand in hand, but fear obscures in darkness what is there. What then can fear project upon the world? What can be seen in darkness that is real? Truth is eclipsed by fear, and what remains is but imagined. Yet what can be real in blind imaginings of panic born? What would you want that this is shown to you? What would you wish to keep in such a dream? Fear has made everything you think you see. All separation, all distinctions, and the multitude of differences you believe make up the world. They are not there. Love's enemy has made them up. Yet love can have no enemy, and so they have no cause, no being, and no consequence. They can be valued, but remain unreal. They can be sought, but they cannot be found. Today we will not seek for them, nor waste this day in seeking what cannot be found. It is impossible to see two worlds which have no overlap of any kind. Seek for the one, the other disappears. But one remains. They are the range of choice beyond which your decision cannot go. The real and the unreal are all there are to choose between, and nothing more than these. Today we will attempt no compromise where none is possible. The world you see is proof you have already made a choice as all-embracing as its opposite. What we would learn today is more than just the lesson that you cannot see two worlds. It also teaches that the one you see is quite consistent from the point of view from which you see it. It is all a piece because it stems from one emotion and reflects its source in everything you see. 6 times today, in thanks and gratitude, we gladly give 5 minutes to the thought that ends all compromise and doubt, and go beyond them all as one. We will not make 1,000 meaningless distinctions, nor attempt to bring with us a little part of unreality as we devote our minds to finding only what is real. Begin your searching for the other world by asking for a strength beyond your own, and recognizing what it is you seek. You do not want illusions, and you come to these 5 minutes emptying your hands of all the petty treasures of this world. You wait for God to help you as you say, "It is impossible to see two worlds. Let me accept the strength God offers me and see no value in this world, that I may find my freedom and deliverance." God will be there, for you have called upon the great unfailing power which will take this giant step with you in gratitude. Nor will you fail to see His thanks expressed in tangible perception and in truth. You will not doubt what you will look upon, for though it is perception, it is not the kind of seeing that your eyes alone have ever seen before. And you will know God's strength upheld you as you made this choice. Dismiss temptation easily today whenever it arises, merely by remembering the limits of your choice. The unreal or the real, the false or true, is what you see, and only what you see. Perception is consistent with your choice, and hell or heaven comes to you as one. Accept a little part of hell as real, and you have damned your eyes and cursed your sight, and what you will behold is hell indeed. Yet the release of heaven still remains within your range of choice, to take the place of everything that hell would show to you. All you need say to any part of hell, whatever form it takes, is simply this: it is impossible to see two worlds. I seek my freedom and deliverance, and this is not a part of what I want. Lesson 130. It is impossible to see two worlds. If this world isn't real, why does it still look like it is? A Course in Miracles. Lesson 130. There's a man sitting in a movie theater. The room is dark. The screen is everything. Not just in front of him, but around him, through him, inside him. A world appears on that screen. Not fragments, not flashes, a complete world. People with histories, places with meaning, moments that feel connected to what came before. It doesn't look random, it looks consistent. It looks like a world. He watches, and what he sees, he believes. Not because he decided to believe it, but because it looks like something that can be believed. When fear shows up on the screen, he feels it. When loss appears, he tightens. When conflict rises, he prepares. The body answers the world as if the world came first. But perception is consistent. What is seen does not lead. What is seen follows. What he sees reflects how he sees. How he sees reflects what he values. What he values determines what he wants to see. And what he wants to see is what appears as a world. The world is not informing him. The world is confirming him. Fear enters again, and the world obeys. Shadows deepen, voices sharpen, outcomes narrow. The same theme returns in different forms. Different faces, same fear. Different stories, same result. He calls it coincidence. He calls it life. He calls it the way things are. But nothing in the world breaks the pattern. Nothing interrupts the consistency, because the world is one piece, and one piece can only come from one source. He believes he's seeing a world, but he is seeing a choice. And then, something happens. The image hesitates, not enough to disappear, but enough to lose its certainty. A moment where the world doesn't fully form, a moment where seeing almost stops. He notices, not the scene, but the interruption. If this world is real, why did it hesitate? If this world exists, why did it need to continue? If this world is outside him, why does it depend on being seen? He keeps looking. But now he's not looking at the world. He's looking at the act of seeing. Seeing is not passive. Seeing is not neutral. Seeing is not observation. Seeing is agreement. Fear appears again. The world offers it. A familiar shape, a familiar story, a familiar invitation. See this. Believe this. Call this real. But something is different now. He doesn't follow it. He doesn't resist it. He doesn't replace it. He doesn't choose something better. He does something the world cannot account for. He does not choose. For a moment, nothing changes. The world continues its momentum. Scenes attempt to form. Meanings try to attach. Fear tries to multiply. But without choice, nothing completes. The images begin to thin, not vanish, but lose their authority. Fear appears, but doesn't expand. Conflict arises, but doesn't build. The world offers, but nothing is taken. Because seeing requires value, and value requires choice. Without choice, seeing loosens. Without seeing, the world cannot hold. The same images try again, but they don't land. They don't stick. They don't become real. Because nothing is agreeing with them anymore. And then it becomes unmistakable. The world was never being seen. It was being chosen as seeing. And without that choice, without that agreement, without that value, what exactly is left to look at? Not a different world, not a better world, not a healed version of the same illusion. No world at all. And if nothing is being seen, what was ever there to look real in the first place?